Women have periods. Okay, are the men gone? Because I'm trying to scare them off. Because this video is just for the ladies. Hi, I'm Annie, I'm a frequent traveler, and I run the account Average Girl Does Cool Things. And in this video, we're gonna address some things that women specifically should be taking with them every time they travel. So let's get into it. Now, the way I see it, we have 3 unique needs whenever you're traveling: body stuff, safety stuff, and beauty stuff, which is the fun part. So let's talk about each one of those in turn. First off is body stuff. And I will say, traveling when you're on your period, not a good time. So I wanna share a couple of tips and things that I find really help make the experience a little bit easier. Number 1, panty liners. If you're not new to my channel, you've heard me talk about panty liners before, which is kind of weird, but I am a fan. I was never really taught about panty liners, but somebody introduced me to them and I find that they are a fantastic travel tool, especially when you are taking a super long flight. You change a panty liner and it feels like you just have a fresh pair of underwear on, and it's always just like a little bit of extra assurance against leaking. So I'm a huge fan of panty liners. The second thing I recommend, in addition to the period products that you might already be taking with you, are period panties. Have you guys seen these yet? I didn't know these existed until a friend turned me onto these, and now big fan. Period panties basically have a built-in pad built into the liner. So you can wear these without a tampon or a pad and they will absorb whatever you need to absorb. Personally, I like to use it as just like a little bit of reassurance when I sleep at night. I don't necessarily wear these like when I'm walking around during the day because they are kind of thick and diaperish feeling. But for sleep and having that reassurance that I'm not gonna accidentally like stain the bed linen in the hotel, these are fantastic. All you have to do is just rinse them out or wash them in the sink after you're done with them, leave them to dry, and they're dry by the time you go to bed the next night. So I'm a big fan of these period panties, not gonna lie. Whoever came up with them, genius, thank you. If you're like, ew, I don't wanna just like rinse them out and hang them up, I would recommend taking some sink suds with you. I'm a big fan of this laundry detergent. It comes in this little packet. It's perfect for washing a load of underwear in the sink in the hotel, and it's made to rinse really easily. So I always have one of these packets in my toiletry bag, just in case I need to run some laundry. Now, the other thing you wanna take with you when you travel are disposal bags, especially for tampons and pads. For some reason here in America, we often like flush tampons, even though we really shouldn't. But when you are traveling other places that have older or weaker plumbing, you can't do it. You're gonna cause an international incident. So do not flush a tampon. Take a disposable bag with you and then just use that to dispose whatever you need to dispose of. Now, I always recommend taking a med kit with you with your Advil, your Tylenol. Some Imodium is really helpful, or some Pepto-Bismol, and maybe some Midol if that's something you use. So always keep your med kit on you because you don't know if you're gonna be able to find what you need to find in a pinch. So have that in your toiletry bag, always packed in, ready to go. And with that, somebody in my comments once recommended taking a hot water bottle, which I actually think is kind of brilliant because you can just fill it up. If there's a kettle in the room, you can use that to heat up the water or just use hot water from the sink. But that can help to like ease any cramps and just give you like a little bit more of like a happy, cozy feeling. Now, you may be asking, Annie, what if I'm doing some adventurous travel? What if I'm going on safari or like somewhere there's no toilet? Yeah, I've been there. It's not great. You use the bush toilet, which is basically a toilet behind a big bush. And your guide will go and like hit it to make sure there's no animals in there, which is really, it's adventurous. If you're doing more adventurous travel, a couple of things I recommend that you do. Number 1, before you leave your hotel in the morning or your room in the morning, grab some toilet paper and stick it in your pocket. Trust me, this trick has saved me so many times because you never know if there's gonna be toilet paper available. Second, you need to pack out whatever you pack in. You can't just leave toilet paper behind in the savannah. That's not a good idea. So again, this is where those disposal bags can be really, really helpful. Slip one of those in your pocket along with your toilet paper. And I always recommend taking a travel pack of wet wipes with you. I prefer wet wipes to hand sanitizer because A, it can double as toilet paper if you need it to. B, it helps you to actually like clean things off your hands, not just like sanitize your hands. And C, if you need to wipe down surfaces, then you have something to wipe down surfaces with. So big fan of taking a pack of wet wipes, your toilet paper, your disposal bag, and you'll be okay. It's not comfortable, but you know, it's adventure, so we just got a deal. By the way, I have made you a ladies only travel shop on my Amazon shop, so if you wanna go shopping for any of these products and need just like a one-stop shop for that, just go there. I'll put the link in the description below. All right, chapter 2, let's talk about safety items. Now, before I get into actual things you can buy to help keep you safe, I just want to say that safety is really an attitude. Whenever I'm traveling in a foreign country, if I'm worried about not being safe, I try to just think about how to not make myself look like a target. So I always look like I know where I'm going. I'm always up and aware. I'm not like looking down at my phone, getting lost in it. I'm not looking around looking confused. If I'm confused about where I'm gonna go, I step off to the side, I step into a cafe or something and figure it out instead of standing there on the street looking like a target. So a huge part of being safe in a foreign country is just having an attitude of confidence and looking like you know what you're doing. Now, that being said, there are a few things that you should take with you to help keep you safe. The first thing I always recommend is taking a crossbody bag with a zipper. This is going to be one of your best defenses against pickpockets. I love taking a backpack. I love traveling with a backpack when I'm in transit or when I'm doing hiking or things like that. But when I'm in a city, I never wear a backpack because it's so easy for that zipper to come undone. And once that zipper is undone, it is such an easy target for a pickpocket to just reach in there and grab whatever. If you ever see those pickpocket videos like on TikTok or Instagram where they're like shaming the pickpocketers, you ever seen those? I love those videos. Half the time, they're trying to pickpocket somebody with a backpack because the thing's on their back and they're not paying attention. So I like a crossbody bag. The zipper is gonna be an extra deterrent, even better if it has more zipper pockets inside it like this one does. This is a great place to then like stash your cash because then you've got double layers for somebody to get through. And then the crossbody function allows you to keep it tucked close to your body, and having your arm over it, especially when you're in a crowded place, is just another level of deterrence for a pickpocket. So just a simple, this is I think just a simple like vintage find or something, but like a simple vintage Coach bag or something like that. Perfect option for all of your traveling. We have to pause for a truck break. City living, man, city living. The next safety item that I recommend is taking a doorstop. Yeah, you can get away with just a simple doorstop for this, but if you want something a little more serious, they do make electronic doorstops that have an alarm on them. The way this works, when you go to bed, whatever, you close your hotel door, you put the doorstop down at the bottom. And that way, if anybody tries to break into your room while you're in there, it's gonna hit that doorstop. It's gonna be a physical stop against the door, but it's also going to set off very high-pitched alarm. These things are very, very loud, which is kind of why I don't prefer to use one of the electronic ones because I'm terrified I'm gonna accidentally set it off. But I will just use a regular, cheap, simple doorstop. Throw that in my luggage, put that in front of the door, and then that's just gonna be a physical barrier and make it kind of difficult for anybody to get into my room while I'm in there. Thankfully, I've never had an incident where I actually needed it, but I like to have it and put it in place just in case. And the third thing that I recommend you take as a safety precaution is a lock for your luggage. And I'm not just talking about the TSA lock that's already on your luggage. I'm talking about a physical lock, like you're gonna lock up a bike or something. This is more specifically if you are taking a lot of public transport, if you're gonna be on a train, for example. There have been a lot of stories I've seen where people are stealing out of backpacks. Somebody puts the backpack down at their feet, and then the person sitting behind them actually reaches under their seat, pulls the bag back, and is able to open up and get whatever out. I've seen this happen on some planes too, not personally, but I've seen videos of this happening on planes as well. So way to deter that is to get a small lock and then lock your zippers together on your backpack. I like to, whenever I have my backpack at my feet in a public place, I like to actually put my foot through the backpack strap, and that keeps it from like just being yoinked by somebody. The other thing is if you're gonna put your luggage on a luggage rack, those luggage racks are typically like by the door, right? So on a train, it's really easy for somebody to just like grab your luggage and walk off the platform and go. So either sit near your luggage or get like a travel lock, like a corded lock that you loop through your luggage and you actually attach to the luggage rack. Just know that like when you're gonna be leaving, you need to get to your luggage pretty early so you can undo it and you're not holding up the train, right? But again, these are things that just help prevent you from looking like a target or being a target, and that is like 90% of the safety game. Okay, chapter 3, let's talk about the fun stuff, beauty. Now, I am not somebody who likes to travel with a lot of toiletries or makeup. I do not travel with like a giant makeup case full of stuff. I'm trying to go as light as possible because I am a carry-on girl. So a couple of beauty things that I always like to travel with that help me minimize what I'm taking. Number one is a good tinted moisturizer. This is the one I use. This is Laura Mercier. Gosh, I really need to clean this bottle. This is in a travel size too. So this is really good, especially if you're going to like a beach vacation or something like that. It has enough coverage for your face, but it doesn't feel like you've got caked on foundation, but it's enough to just kind of smooth out your complexion. And it also has sunscreen in it. So I'm a big fan of this Laura Mercier tinted moisturizer. I've been using it for literally decades now. Absolutely love it. Can't travel without it. The other thing I love to take is a small travel tubing mascara. Unfortunately, I don't have mine. I gotta reorder mine, but I'll put the one that I use somewhere here. Tubing mascara is great because it's waterproof, and you also don't need to have like makeup remover to take it off. It literally just tubes on your lashes and you can like pull it off. It's kind of fun. But tubing mascara is great because it's waterproof. It comes in a travel size. It's super convenient. And so I can get away with like that Laura Mercier and the mascara whenever I'm doing adventure travel. And like, that's the only makeup I have to take, which is spectacular. Another thing I think every woman should travel with is a good face mask. This one is my favorite, Summer Fridays jet lag mask. I talk about this like in every freaking video. I'm sure you guys are really tired of me talking about it, but I love the Summer Fridays jet lag mask. I actually use this at home as like a night sleeping moisturizer. It's just, yeah, it's fantastic. I can't recommend it enough for hydration. You can also take a paper face mask. I'm a big fan of that as well. I'll put that on sometimes when I'm traveling on a long haul flight. I'll put the paper face mask on and like keep it on until it dries out. It scares the crap out of people. It's kind of hilarious actually. But if you don't want to use a paper face mask, like this is a great alternative to that. And again, travel size, so this always stays in my toiletry bag. The next thing I'll recommend is a travel razor. And the reason I take a travel razor with me is because I will forget to pack my regular razor. And I think the safety razors, the little plastic throwaway ones, like they're good for one use and then they kind of suck. So taking a mini travel razor, this allows you to take like full-size blades with you as replacements if you need to. It comes in this cute little case, which I really appreciate. They have ventilation in the back so it can dry out. It's smart. This one's from Athena Club. I'll link this one below as well, but I just think it's like freaking adorable. And I always have it in my toiletry bag ready to go. Next things I'll recommend are for your hair. The first is a mini wet brush. I got introduced to wet brushes a couple years ago. They're great for when your hair is wet and for other times too. But wet brushes are super, they're great on tangled hair, so they're really versatile. This one is super small travel size, so I'm a big fan of this little wet brush. Take it with me all the time. The other thing I recommend for hair, especially if you have long hair, heatless curler. You're gonna look like a lunatic with this thing in, and it takes some practice to get it right. I really recommend go watch some videos because like the Gen Z girls do this way better than I do. But a heatless curler is great. You don't have to take your curling iron with you. I probably still do because I like a curly hair, as you can tell. But this is great to just add some body, and some people will actually wear these on the plane. Look at you, my friend Marsha, which I think is ballsy. I haven't been able to pull that off yet. I don't think I could wear this on the plane. I'll French braid my hair like in 2 pigtails in order to get some body and some texture into my hair when I'm traveling. But the TikToky girls do it. More power to them. I love the confidence. The last thing I recommend that you take with you on every trip is a small sewing kit. Now, you've probably seen these little sewing kits you get at the hotel. They have like the thread and the needle. These are great. Swipe one of these, and then I want you to add a couple things to it. You're gonna add some safety pins because Lord knows, a safety pin is like the MacGyver tool for women. It comes in so handy in so many ways, and I can't tell you the number of times I have not had a safety pin on me and wished I had. The other thing you wanna throw in there is some double stick tape. And again, just like the safety pin, the double stick tape is going to save you if you have like a gapey blouse, if you have a hole pop up, if you need to like stick something to the wall. Double-sided tape is your friend, so throw a couple sticks of double-sided tape in your sewing kit and you'll always be prepared for any emergency. Okay, those are my best travel recommendations for things that women should be taking with them every time they travel. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. And if there's something I missed that you're like, hey, I have this great solution, you didn't talk about it, share with the class. We all wanna know and get better together. Okay, until next time, go create a life you love.